I declare open this congregation of the University of Sussex. I'm delighted, as Chancellor, to welcome you formally to this graduation ceremony. The warmest of welcomes to our honoured guests, our distinguished faculty members, and to those of the professional services here at Sussex. But the warmest of welcomes are for you, our graduands, and your family and friends that join you here today. And also to family and friends who couldn't be here today and are watching on live stream around the world. To you I say, bonjour, hola, willkommen, como estai, dobry den, privyet, marhaba, salam alaikum, jambo, shalom, namaskar, ni hao, konnichiwa, oi, hey, hi, howdy, and hello. And a big thank you to the ITS technical team for making the live stream possible. It's going around all around the world. It is a profound honour for us that you chose Sussex as your place of study. And that, as I've just illustrated, graduands from all over the world will be receiving their degrees at these ceremonies. To our foreign students, I'd like to say thank you for playing your part in making us a global university. I know how hard it can be to travel so far at such expense and to try and get to grips with a different culture, language, sometimes a different set of values and modes of behavior. To overcome those hurdles, unfamiliarity, homesickness, and to remain focused and resolute. You've been a credit to your university, your families, and your countries. To our homegrown graduands, thank you for confounding the oft-taken view in wider society about the contribution that young people make to society. I still occasionally hear that university is an excuse for young people to drink, carouse for a few years, and delay the moment that real life takes over. This lazy view precludes the fact that many of you have had to persevere through your own personal difficulties, struggling to balance your studies with home life, in some cases whilst raising children, experiencing loss and sickness, trying to survive on overdrafts, loans, or family help. I myself am not a shining example of academic prowess. I struggled through most of my education and my degree, so I hope I have a little empathy with what some of you have gone through. In fact, I remember when I first mentioned that I wanted to go to university and get a degree, one of my dad's friends said to me, his response was, why do you want to go to university, eh? You want to waste your time, grow your hair long, and listen to Mozart? I said, yes, perhaps, if I was thinking of going to the university in the 18th century, but I didn't give up, and neither did you. Today marks a watershed in your life so far. The volume marked the academic years. Some of you will be going on to further academic study, but for the majority, the conclusion of this ceremony will bring to a close your formal education. A story that began all those years ago on that first day of nursery or kindergarten as you cried with confusion as your parents abandoned you. And they pretended to look upset and went home and had a party. Through all those years of early school where you brought home your art, splodges of misshapen paint with bits of glitter and cotton wool that your family treated like it was a Jackson Pollock and stuck on the kitchen wall. And over the years, you continued to bring home these pastel abominations, and it's safe to say that your families treated all of them as a load of Pollocks. Then came the joy of the teenage years, growing bones, hormones, sarcastic tones, mobile phones, and then the pressure of all those exams that would determine your future. And then partying too hard, drinking too much, not enough sleep, relationships, rejection, confusion, and then came Sussex. Gentle study, juice bars, chess club, knitting classes, and the occasional ice cream on the beach. And through all of this, your family and friends have been there all the way. They've been rooting for you, supporting you, perhaps sacrificing for you in ways that you may or may not be aware of. And of course, today is their day too, and I know that they're bursting with pride at your achievements. So graduands and lecturers, a round of applause for the families and friends. So you may well be thinking, yeah, get on with it. All we want to do is to get across the stage without losing our mortarboards or tripping over our gowns and landing in someone's lap in the front row. What a choice of laps you have today, by the way. All those capes and gowns. It's like the Avengers. Age of retirement. And finally, on a technical note, I don't care whether you've been up here before, how old you are, how brainy brilliant you are. You haven't actually got your degrees yet. You are graduands. And you getting your degree may just depend on how much love you show me when you come up here. No love, no degree. Is that clear? Excellent. Family and friends, this is a glorious opportunity to really, embarrass your loved ones when they come up here by making as much noise as you possibly can. Let them know where you are in this great room. So when the time comes, do have your cameras ready and feel free to have your vocal cords primed as your superhero crosses the stage. And Graduands, this is a celebration, so feel free to celebrate in any way that you wish when you come up here. I know you can be nervous, but whatever way you want to express your joy is fine, as long as it's within legal limits. Legal limits, the bounds of taste, no selfies. I only say that because selfies take up time, but also you could scare and possibly kill one of the older people on the stage, and the others might think that you've stolen their soul. So no selfies. We can do that afterwards if we get a chance. Occasionally there are people here who are without family or friends, and I want to say to you that today I'm your family or friend, so you're not alone. I call upon the Vice-Chancellor to address the congregation.
Chancellor, graduands, avengers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Oh dear, Chancellor. You're supposed to have warmed them up. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you very much. Well, it's a real pleasure for me to add my welcome to you all to this graduation ceremony. Graduation is one of the highlights of the academic year, and it's a time when we on stage and family and friends in the auditorium can truly celebrate your success. Although graduation has its formal aspects, and you may have noticed we've made a bit of an effort and dressed up for the occasion, as the Chancellor has indicated, it's a time to relax, have fun, and let the emotions flow. So for a special day, we're in a special place, the Brighton Dome. This historic building, conceived by King George IV, started life as the Royal Stables and Riding House. It's been a hospital and an operating theatre in the 2 world wars. It hosted the Eurovision Song Contest in 1974, which was won by ABBA with their song, Well Done, and has seen many famous visitors, including one of our former Prime Ministers, Winston Churchill. Amongst our graduands here today, I'm absolutely certain that there are many who will go on to do even greater things than the previous visitors to this space. Sussex has always celebrated the diversity of its students and staff. During the graduation ceremonies this week, we will meet students from 158 different countries, with ages ranging from 19 to 65 years. Education now is for everyone at any age. There were just 52 students when Sussex opened in 1961. Now we have almost 14,000. And over the week there will be almost 3,000 undergraduates walking across this stage, just shy of 600 postgraduate students, and about 9,000 family and friends supporting them. Today is a special day for many reasons, and one which personally means a great deal to me and is a significant one for the university, is that 1,200 of our graduands are first-generation scholars. That means they are the first in their family to go to university. I'm very proud of the university's commitment to recruiting and providing additional financial and pastoral support to these students. We were disturbed by the announcement last week of the loss of the non-repayable maintenance grants that were aimed to support this group of students, and will continue to make the case for the special needs of these students. In response, Sussex will be providing some additional financial support for those in the lowest income group. Now, I want to spend a few moments talking to you about 4 aspects of Sussex life and why I know that our graduating students will go on to do great things. Firstly, we can be absolutely certain that our graduates have excellent prospects, that they're highly employable, and that they also have a rounded view of life. We know that leaving university and finding a job can be challenging for graduates. However, we're extremely pleased that Sussex is ranked 4th in the UK for employability. A recent study has found that 96% of Sussex graduates are either in work or further study within 6 months of graduating. This suggests that not only do we attract outstanding students, but that a Sussex experience provides a good start to their working lives. We do go that extra mile to help our students have a fulfilling time at university. We believe that experiences outside the main study area, including gaining competence in one or more foreign languages, are important for the broader personal development that employers are seeking. Our internship program is developing well, and we keep adding to this year on year, with our latest being a fully supported placement scheme in China. I hope that some of you have taken up the opportunity to complete an internship, whether it's here in the UK or abroad. The university also offers an outstanding range of master's scholarship for those that are thinking of postgraduate studies. And we've already awarded twice the number of Sussex graduate scholarships that we awarded last year. This is really good for our graduates wishing to continue in further study at a time when we know that financial pressures are high. Interdisciplinarity, that is, the teaching and research that crosses standard disciplinary boundaries, was one of the founding principles of Sussex back in the 1960s. This broad-ranging and rounded view of life is very much part of the Sussex tradition. We pride ourselves on the way in which we've built many interdisciplinary centres of expertise, whether it's climate change, global health, or neuroscience. In addition, we encourage our students to take courses which combine their core subject with other, often unrelated subjects. Our focus is a holistic one. We also promote this principle as we develop new spaces, such as the Attenborough Centre for the Creative Arts, which I believe will fast become the heartbeat of the campus and a place for all of our students to study and socialise. Secondly, we should remember that Sussex students and staff have a history of changing things for the better. Sussex has an outstanding reputation for world-leading research, and many of you here today have contributed to this. We are making a difference to people's lives, whether this is in policy in developing countries or digitising history. 98% of our research is ranked as world-leading. It's increasingly important for us to show that our research has impact beyond academia by showing that we are making a real difference to people's lives and to society in general. Thirdly, I'm proud of our international perspective. It makes the Sussex experience special. We've had an international outlook since the university started more than 50 years ago. Around 25% of our current students are from overseas, and teaching and research staff come to us from more than 120 different countries. All of you have helped create this diverse global community on campus, which I hope has added positively to your experience at Sussex. Sussex has a reputation for being a place where people from all over the world can make friends easily. Last year, the university teamed up with the Students' Union to host One World Week, a celebration of international diversity and a way to promote understanding of global issues. It was such a success that we've committed to making it an annual event. We've created partnerships with some distinguished institutions across the world, including universities in North America, Europe, Asia, and Africa. These relationships have facilitated new research collaborations and new opportunities for student exchange and joint teaching programs. And finally, I would say that although we think globally, we also act locally. And our village-like campus has created a very special community at the university. University contributes about £500 million each year to the Brighton and Hove economy, and this will continue to increase as the university grows in coming years. This is not just because the university is the second biggest employer in the region, but because of you, our students who live, work, and socialise in the area. But it's the personal contribution that our students make that I'm most proud of. I know that many of you do volunteer work in the local community. In fact, you do far more than the average citizen. Some of you, for instance, tutor school children, particularly the disadvantaged, and others of you are just good neighbours or work hard at part-time jobs. For the family and friends that are here with you, I know they will be extremely proud to share in this moment. I want to give special thanks to all of those important people who have supported you during these years of study. As you look back on your time at Sussex and university life, I hope that you will have many fond memories and a real sense of what you can achieve in the world. Education is no longer a privilege for the very few. It has become a fundamental right for the many, and I hope soon for all. It can help to inspire intellectual curiosity and provide us with the foundation to achieve great things at work, at home, and for our communities and society in general. It allows us to consider big issues from different perspectives and to challenge them. It introduces us to new concepts, new people, and new ways of thinking. What is especially critical for us is to listen to what our students say about their time at university. So we put together a short film in which you, our students, reflect on your Sussex experience, consider the future, and send a farewell message.
Overwhelmed and excited.
Felt very, very anxious.
I remember crying.
Confident.
A bit homesick.
I was excited.
Curious.
On my very first day of university, when my mum and dad drove away, it was the most scary and daunting thing probably, yeah.
Hungover.
Tired.
A little bit more comfortable.
Slightly more at ease.
I was starting to feel at home.
I was ready to get to work.
So on my second day of university, I felt like I could do anything.
Most likely Family Bar.
East Slope Bar.
Tendency because it's full of maths people.
Probably the Co-op.
All the green space outside.
Room 5C11, because I've spent hundreds of hours studying there.
More fun than I expected.
It's very enjoyable.
Fulfilling.
Challenging.
Thorough.
Hands-on. Supportive.
High quality.
Hard work. The staff always have time for you.
How to cook.
Learning to do my laundry.
Be more self-confident.
Well, just do everything you can today and don't leave it for tomorrow.
No one's going to motivate you other than you.
The biggest life lesson I've learned since coming to university is you don't know everything when you're 18.
I got a first generation scholarship which helped me secure an internship. Working with leading researchers over the summer.
Given me a degree.
The importance of having really good friends.
It's given me a lot of self-confidence so I can get out there and meet new people.
Excited.
Nostalgic.
Apprehensive.
I'm scared that I might fall over on stage.
Sad but reflective.
Excited I got to conquer law.
Proud.
Proud to be the smartest dressed I've ever been whilst at Sussex.
I'm going to be teaching maths.
Marine biology abroad.
I've got a place on a graduate scheme at HM Revenue and Customs.
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it.
I want to be a barrister, so I'm going on to study the BPTC.
I found out today that I got the graduate job that I wanted.
Maybe marriage.
Always been poor.
Student landlords.
Dirty kitchens.
Don't use the vending machines in Silverstone, they will steal your change.
Assignments.
Exams.
No, I'm gonna miss everything.
Getting to know myself better.
Handing in my final year project.
Being chair rep of life sciences.
Tying in Holy 2015 with One World Week.
Graduating.
Well done!
Good luck for the future.
Well done for getting through and good luck for everything in the future.
Congratulations to everybody who's graduating this year.
I want to say congratulations to all of us. We finally did it.
Well done for all the hard work.
Well done and congratulations.
It was lovely to meet you all and I hope we stay in contact.
Well done guys, we did it.
Special thanks to all the students who took part and to our communications team who put it together. Thank you very much. Now, as you continue to make your way in the world and carve out your own path, I hope that Sussex will always have a part of your consciousness. And just as Sussex stands for authentic and spirited thinking, I hope that you will take some of this philosophy and become successful in whichever way you choose. Remember, you will always be part of the Sussex family. You will be joining an illustrious group of alumni, many of whom have made major contribution to the worlds of politics, government, academia, the creative industries, business, international development, and so on. You name it, and you'll find Sussex graduates worldwide changing lives and making an impact. Our alumni relations team will make sure we stay in contact wherever you might be in the future. At the founding of the university, our first Vice-Chancellor, John Fulton, said that education at Sussex was making the future. This is an ambition which we still hold close to our hearts and encourage you to do the same. Make the future for yourselves and your family. Help make the future for our world. Now is the time to be confident, to be brave, and to be open to the endless possibilities that life has to offer. I wish all of you every good fortune for your chosen futures and hope that your experience at Sussex has gone some way to prepare you for the next stage of your life. My very best wishes to you all. I call upon the head of the School of Business, Management and Economics, Professor Steve Maguire.
Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Accounting and Finance, Aran Amatsu. Xiao Fan Bei. Harry Bruning. Hon Lam Chan. Mu Wa Chen. Xuet Ying Chan. Joshua Chapman. C.C. Chen. Tao Chen. Ka Fai Chung. Hing Man Cherry Chung. Chin Ying Chu. Billy Ching. Chun Ting Chung. Voon Chung. Chung Yan Chow. Pak Yi Feng. Siu Kun Foster Feng. Shu O Gao. Timothy Gould. Hai Lin Go. Ying Go. Nur Yasmin Mohammed Sabirin. Chung Wa Ho. Chok Wai Yong. Christopher Jones. Yue Hui Ju. Kalim Khan. Pilot Lai. Lok Lee. Nhi Lee. Xia Ti Liang. Ka Ni Ling. Xin Yi Ling. Gerald Lowe. Also awarded the prize for Best Student in the BSc Accounting and Finance, Jun Yi Lu. Jun Liu. Tsa Yu Ma. Mohammed Milan. Danish Mujadid. Harris Nassim. Chin Yi Ung. Huang Ha Huen. Van Huen. Jia Cheng Ni. Oluwatobi Ojunjimi. Hannah Roberts. Arslan Sheikh. Chun Hin Tam. Yong Yung Tam. Mang Di Tang. Yin Chun Tang. Xuan Tong. Ka Man Tsang. Kun Hong Tsang. Li Sha Wang. Shu O Wang. Shi Wang. Catherine Wilson. Chiok Wong. Chun Hin Wong. Hai Ching Huang. Ka Chun Huang. Yai Ying Wong. Lo Wong. Yuk Kan Wu. Han Shu Xia. Man Shu. Zha Wei Yang. Da Zhao Yap. Wing Hong Yim. Ka Yan Yip. Sam York. Wing K. Yu. Wei Yuan. Bing Zhen Chang. Jian Wei Zhong. For Accounting and Finance with a Professional Placement Year. Also awarded the Institute of Chartered Accountants, England and Wales Prize for the Best Student in Advanced Financial Accounting, Stephen Anderson. James Crilly. Nicoletta Adina Gaspar. Andrea Kiliaris. Jack Marshall. Charlotte Owen. Andrew Wall. Alexander Wilcott Atunis. For Business and Management Studies, Mohammed Abdallah. Muhammad Ahmed. Sher Yar Ahmed. Fahad Al-Hoker. Yusuf Almir. Joshua Ashley Collins. Matthew Bannister. Eleanor Berney. Boyan Bonev. Tom Boxall. Bobby Britton. Chung Ying Chan. Kei Chan. Chi Yung Chao. Wing Chung. Imran Claude Enin. Shona Conroy. David Crease. Carmine Di Stefano. Victoria Edwards. Isabel Elliott. Yi Bei Feng. Nathaniel Fakue. Benjamin Himpy. Nancho Ji. Sean Jolly. Di Ching Liao. Ho Liao. Min Li. Yuen Liang. Hao Thuet Liu. Also awarded the prize for the best student in BSc Business and Management Studies, Jack Lowe. Xu Yuan Lu. Hokai Ma. Seyuj Mala. Kya Kya Nandar. Jun Ji Pang. Georgios Panaginopoulos. Ravi Patel. Rebecca Petrescu. Harrison Pike. Yao Ji Chi. Alexander Ramanath. Turhan Riaz. Damon Robbie. Tom Roich. Alicia Russell. Hussein Salat. Ethan Scard. Lu Yu Tang. Oluwati Malhin Thomas. Yu Lui Sui. Wei Su. Yu Yung. Saleha Yusuf. Tse Yu Yu. Hong Mei Zhu. For Business and Management Studies with a professional placement year, Jack Ackers. Leanne Bellingham. Emily Burnell. Bella Eldred Smith. Melissa Evans. Omotade Fadairo. Rodri Good. Ryan Goodchild. Laura Gormley. Alexander Griffiths. Samuel Harrop. Lee Hayward. Alice Hughes. Thomas Hutchinson. Anna Kalnaya. Daniel Kinsella. Now Kobayashi. Georgina Linton. Jamie Marchant. Alicia Patel Parker. Alexander Pohl. James Smith. Daisy Tompkins. Emma Vanstone. Emma Wanbon. Luke Warner. Samantha Whitty. Sarah Winter. James Wood. For Business with Human Resource Management, Hang Cao. Chiu Ye Chang. Jia Li. Yuhan Lu. Yan Hua Ma. Sharifa Malai Anwar Hussain. Louise Seymour. Wan Ki Tang. Chuk Tsang. Yifan Xia. Changbin Xiao. Yanbing Xu. Nicholas Jung. Chia Wen Yu. Yi Chen Yu. Chan Rong Chang. For Business with Human Resource Management with a Professional Placement Year, Amy Armstrong. Hannah Dale. Also awarded the prize for Best Student in Business with Human Resource Management, Rachel Ingram. Molly Shanahan. For Finance and Business, Sanya Javed. For International Business, Abdul Rahman Alawadi. Abdullah Al-Dakil. Ho Kan Ang. Saeed Anas Aslam. Yi Nam Kit Chan. Ho Chung. Mohammed Farouki. Marumbo Hara. Tsei Hu. Amanullah Jan. Mustafa Khan. Ho Yun Lam. Ka He Liu. Maliha Malik. Tse Yan Man. Wing Sum Mok. Thuy Duong Wen. Emma North. Which one?
I must have missed it.
Hui Lai. Hui Ni.
Sorry.
Hui Ni. Selim Ozturk. Ting Hon Fan. Alexander Sannikov. Hamza Sheikh. Peng Chen Shi. Vaishnavi Sisla. Chung Choi Arnold Siu. Vukitsa Stoyanova. Surin Saryukyan. Jing Wang. Wen Chun Wang. Yan Wang. Yiping Huang. He Wong. Ming Wong. Wing Ki Winky Wong. For international business with a professional placement year, Katie Amor. Roisin McNeil. Demi Moharia. Amy Salt. Alessandro Salvatore. Alice Somerville. Rebecca Thomas. Catherine Williams. Also awarded the prize for the best student in BSc International Business and the prize for best research project, Anders Vogsborg. For marketing and management, Salma Abdul Razak. Amna Al-Kazim. Shazaib Anjum. Malini Arya Pratip. Ray Dimitra Balsavia. Cordelia Bomelar. Zhou Tsa Xiao. Hing Chan. Hong Chun Chan. Vincent Chow. Yi Chen. Yu Ru Chen. Chun Chang. Ka Wei Chong. Kai Ho Eric Chu. Lucy Constable. Basim Dahawi. Yi Hong Dai. Karen Daniela Grandet Caballero. Rami Hashicho. Cameron Heel. Toby Heath. Yun Ling Huang. Wai Yong. Moritz Jeski. Eden Kyle. Ka Lam. Shi Ni Lam. Huai Liu. Ying Kit Law. Sin Man Lee. Hoi Leong. Lok Leong. Wing Leong. Chang Li. Also awarded the prize for the best student in BSc Marketing and Management, Eloise Loach. Hazuki Matsumoto. Hoi Ting Ung. Yana Nikolaeva. Ayorindi Om Yo Ayi. Rowan Page. Kyun Fan. Adora Papa Teodosi. Jack Circuit. Mark Solomon. Annalise Sparsis. Alexander Stevenson. Ekaterina Ulyanova. Darnya Varfala Meneba. Nhu Vuong, Mun Lung Wong, Chi Kai Chiu, Che Cho Chiu, Yaron Yang, Chang Tian Yang, Po Ching Yu, Kai Lun Yu, Wen Bo Chang, Xin Zhang, Yu Yang Chao, Qian Wen Zhou, for Marketing and Management with a Professional Placement Year, Michael Benham. Jennifer Double. William Duig. Laura Harvey. Freddie Loughton. Ella Salkeld. Guy Watson. For the postgraduate certificate in Banking and Finance, Temitope Toriola. For the degree of Masters in Business Administration, David Anderson. Kavita Bakan. Jane Brown. Stuart Chambers. Michael Fahy. Andrew Lanwarn. For the degree of Master of Science for Financial Risk and Investment Analysis, AJ Pankhania. Hugo Pere. Violetta Tagavi. Sabino Roberto Vieira Oviedo. For Global Supply Chain and Logistics Management, Umair Chaudhry. For International Management, Chi Huang. For Management and Entrepreneurship, Ji Fang. For Management and Finance, Xin Chen. Robert Eldred. Wen Yi Huang. Ting Ting Tsu. Yufei Zhang. Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, for the thesis, Risk Management for Energy Derivatives, Hedging and Margin Requirements, Ananit Sumawong. Chancellor, this concludes the list of graduates from the School of Business, Management and Economics.
I call upon Maurice Howard, Professor of History of Art, to present Sir Simon Jenkins.
Voila. Sir Simon Jenkins has had a distinguished career as both journalist and champion of the heritage. He was editor of the Evening Standard in his 30s, then political editor of The Economist, and subsequently editor of The Times. He was named Journalist of the Year in 1988 and Columnist of the Year in 1995. He was honored with a knighthood for services to journalism in 2004. During the 1980s and 1990s, he served on the boards of British Rail and of London Transport and on the Millennium Commission. The profession of journalism takes a writer up and down the country, and in Simon's case, this has led to a deep appreciation of what has survived the encroachments of the present age. 3 hugely successful books, England's 1,000 Best Churches, 1,000 Best Houses, and 100 Best Views, record a lifetime of travel and observation, and from this, not simply an awestruck veneration of what the country ought to value, but the journalist's awareness of the political dimension of caring for the past. Hence his recent suggestion that great landscapes could be graded like our historic buildings. This risks, of course, the dismissal of the significance of the lowly rated, but it sharply offers demarcated lines of stark choices as to what really matters. Such propositions sharpen up those questions in the news right now. are we really going to build new houses up against the outer ring of the great Iron Age fort at Oswestry in Shropshire? Simon is unafraid of criticising institutions and then accepting the challenge of leading change from within. After his many attacks on the National Trust, offering its top-down pedagogy in the way it presented its houses through what he described as a chaplaincy of aesthetes, and having written some guidebooks, mea culpa there, and run like a dukedom with its network of land agents, there was much surprise that he took up the post of chairman in 2008, a position he relinquished only last year. With a progressive Director General in place, he led the organisation towards high peaks of membership, of visitor numbers, of volunteers, of sums spent on conservation. Policies were established to make houses more welcoming, open more hours, and with an extended season, varying the offer through changing presentations and thus encouraging visitors to return. It was also a period when the National Trust took new steps in its research activity, and this university has been the beneficiary of several Arts and Humanities Research Council funding for collaborative PhDs with the National Trust in recent years. But it is with the countryside, the care of which was seen, of course, as the principal task of the National Trust when it was founded in 1895, that Simon's views have been most trenchant. His aversion to high-speed 2 is really all about keeping, in the face of a singular dominant argument, the alternative views alive, especially in local improvements to rail services that individual localities could decide upon. Nothing is closer to his heart than the future of London. Witness the two pieces in the Evening Standard at the beginning and end of May this year, when he came down hard on King's College for its plan to demolish immediately adjacent urban housing of the 19th century, then celebrated their climb down, but with a wider warning about institutional insensitivity. Simon's position is one that many share, not an aversion to modern buildings, but asking for sensitivity to environment and building things of distinction. Great new architecture, yes, but not for its own sake, and certainly not to realize the egos of individuals. In his words, successive mayors of London may have dreamed of London as Manhattan or Kuala Lumpur. These are not my visions, and I doubt if many Londoners share them. Simon's journalism is shot through with resistance to humbug, the politician who grandstands policies but cannot deliver them, the folly of testing issues at law when the law cannot of itself change the prejudices of individuals. That all takes time, education, the encouragement of tolerance. His writing is one of great spirit, sometimes shot through with contradictions, but always showing vigilance to what we are doing to the world around us. Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, Sir Simon Jenkins.
By the authority of the Senate and the University Council, it gives me great pleasure to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Letters, honoris causa. Many congratulations, sir. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I sense I'm slightly the light relief in this sandwich. Chancellor, I much appreciate the honour you do me. I also appreciate the fact that Morris has not mentioned my brief career at Sussex University. I think I broke all records for the brevity of my appearance at this institution. I came here as a postgraduate. I think I stayed 4 months and then played truant to become a journalist. And having spent so much of my time at Sussex trying not to get a Sussex degree, I deeply appreciate your now giving me one. Again, serious generosity, if I may say so. When I was at Sussex, it was very much a beginning institution. We used to go out to the campus in Wellington boots. It was so muddy. It was a strange time because I'd come from Oxford and there wasn't a lot going on at that stage apart from building work. In fact, everybody said the best thing to do at Sussex was construction. But my father then was the first chaplain of the university, and so I did see a lot of the university in its early days. And I remember a very privileged visit with Basil Spence, the architect of the campus, and my father round the site to try and decide where to put the meeting house. And the meeting house, many of you may not realize it was born in controversy. The donor of much of the money for the Sussex University, Alderman Caffin, insisted on there being a chapel and a chaplain on the campus at Sussex University. The university was equally determined that there wouldn't be. And my father's great task was to try and diplomatically marry these two points of view, which were diametrically opposed. And the solution was the nearest they could get to a deconsecrated space, which was a Quaker chapel, a meeting house, and that's why it's so called. But we have somewhere the early Spence drawings of the meeting house, and I'd love to present them to the university because I think they go well in the archive, which he gave to my father. But it was a terrific time then. Sussex was extremely fashionable. Everybody wanted to come to Sussex. It was in all the gossip columns and the fashion magazines, if you can believe it. And the height of Sussex's fame was to feature in the last of Anthony Pole's novels, The Dance to the Music of Time. Literature students may be aware of this. And Widmer Poole, the great anti-hero of the series, ended his career, his distinguished, or rather distinguished career, at the apogee of it by becoming Chancellor of the University of what was then called Downland, but everyone knew it was Sussex. The dear man was accused at the end of the novel of going completely native. He ended up dancing on Devil's Dyke around a bonfire with a cult composed of naked female students. And the poor man met his end somewhere on the Lewis Road, hit by a car in a stupor of drunkenness. I'm sure Chancellor's standards have improved since then. But it was a delightful and a curious time. But the thing that I wanted to say was this. It was a matter of real debate in those early days whether you should put a university in the South Downs outside Brighton, or whether the university should be in the town, which at that time desperately needed reviving and renewal. And it was a hard-fought battle. Insofar as I was aware of it, I was very much on the side of putting it in the town. The theory of the university, of course, was that the blue skies and serene heights and clear air of the South Downs were much more suitable to serious intellectual academic endeavour than the sinful fleshpots of Brighton. What, of course, happened was that the sinful fleshpots of the University of Sussex corrupted the clear blue air of Brighton as soon as they got down there. The marriage between these two institutions was immediately forged. It's important, and I'm glad the Vice-Chancellor mentioned it, to realise how important institutions like universities are to the cities in which or near which they're located. They are huge generators of growth now, and they're one of the few generators of growth that isn't in London. I honestly think that universities are the future of much of provincial England. I was in Middlesbrough recently. The mayor said the best thing ever happened to Middlesbrough was the arrival of a university in the past 50 years. He's transformed our town. Newcastle, they say if just 5% of the graduates of Newcastle University choose to stay and work in Newcastle after they've graduated, it's a terrific transformation to the local economy. Now, I don't know how many of you will stay in Brighton, work in Brighton, live in Brighton, but I just want to say one thing. When you're a student at a university, you feel somewhat apart from your local town. You shouldn't. For 3-4 years, whatever it has been, you've been a citizen of that town. And I plead with you, when you leave Brighton, don't forget you were a citizen of Brighton. This city, to my mind, needs friends and help. Terrible things have been done to Brighton architecture by modern architecture over the past 50 years. I think it's been more abused by architecture than almost any other lovely city I know. When you leave, remember it needs your support. Every battle that takes place, and I speak here as President of the Regency Society here, every battle needs support. So the fact that you've left Brighton doesn't mean that Brighton's left you. Remember, you're a citizen of Brighton. Fight it, fight for it, champion it, be on its side. It needs you. Thank you very much indeed.
I call upon the Chief Executive of the Roffey Park Institute, Michael Jenkins.
Chancellor, I present to you for the... Okay. Chancellor, I present to you for the postgraduate certificate in Leadership and Management, Ucznia Blichnieva, Alicja Broszowska, Andrew Butterfield, Andrew Everest, Christina Florescu, Sandra Forte-Gill, Michael Fraser, Mark Grego, Jamie Hassel, Mark Hatcher, Beth Jackson, Marta Kacorczyk, Marcina Kolozczyk, Wiesława Malinowska-Mielnik, Paul Marsh, John McKenna, Iwona Potwicka, Urszula Przybylł, Chancellor, that concludes the list of graduates from the Roffey Park Institute.
Chancellor, I present to you graduates who were unable to graduate earlier with their schools of study. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law and Business, Nicholas Rigdon. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business and Management Studies, Harry Lawson. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business and Management Studies, Hong Min Lee. Chancellor, you have now met all the graduates being presented to you at this ceremony, and the moment has come for the formal conferral of degrees of the University of Sussex. For the for the formal conferral of degrees of the University of Sussex. I therefore ask you to confer their degrees on those presented to you and to the other graduates who have indicated their wish to graduate in absentia in this ceremony.
I formally confer degrees on all those just mentioned by the Vice-Chancellor. Congratulations, everyone. Well done. Well, congratulations, graduates. And congratulations to Simon as well. Thank you very much. A point well made. I said to Simon beforehand, I've always been an admirer of his work, and there's kind of always a clarity of message whilst being engaging, so it was lovely. Thank you. Well done, family and friends. Some of you were truly embarrassing, and respect for that. So graduates, as your time here at Sussex draws to a close, we hope that you will keep us in your hearts and thoughts and remain connected to us as alumni. There are those present that have been associated with your success today that also look upon these days with huge fondness and pride. So please show your appreciation for your teachers, tutors, and staff. Whether your next step is gainful employment, the search for it, further academic study, or simply some time out, I wish you the very, very best. In closing the ceremony, the Chancellor of a university is supposed to say something inspiring or impart some wisdom, since the word wisdom and I are only connected by the word tooth. I'm sorely underqualified to provide you with any, but there's a few observations that I'll throw your way, and some of them are mine, and the really good ones are from other people. But you can do with that what you like. I suppose if there's a theme to what I'm about to say, it's about looking forward. It's about being positive. And none of us can be unaware of how much strife there is around the world at the moment, whether it's ideological, financial, or whatever, but it's always divisive. And those are the images that we get when we watch the news, which it can be pretty depressing as you're hit with these kind of depressing images of divisiveness. But I saw a wonderful tweet recently, and it was quoting Mr. Fred Rogers, who was an American educator who had a kids show on American TV for 30 years. And he said, when I was a boy, and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. And to this day, especially in times of disaster, I remember my mother's words, and I'm always comforted by realizing that there are still so many helpers, so many caring people in the world. All of you graduates here today, by coming to this place of learning, and hopefully some fun, together, to me, are the shining example of how the world can be, that differences can be respected, altercations can be settled through discourse, and disagreement doesn't need to be interpreted as an attack on your very soul. My mother used to say to me when I was growing up, she would say, an insult only becomes an insult once you have chosen to accept it as an insult. You stupid, talentless... No, she didn't say that bit. She didn't say that bit, obviously. There's also something that sits in front of us all the time, but is perhaps more prevalent on a day like this, which many people regard with fear, and that is the future. There's a lot of think of the future, what about your future, plan for the future. And actually there's nothing wrong with any of that, as long as it doesn't lead to a fear of the future. Because if you have that, that in turn leads to a paralysis in the present. And ultimately, it's the fear of the unknown, isn't it? But the one thing we can all agree on is that the future is unpredictable. It's because it is unwritten. You get to write it. Don't ever forget that. To draw on my own experience, in terms of the future being unwritten. When I was 30, I was in debt, and I'd done a business and marketing degree at the time. And I'd sued my employers at the time, then employers, for breach of contract, so I was in court with them. And I couldn't find any kind of work. I couldn't get any kind of work for about 2 years. Things felt really, really bleak. By 33, I'd changed careers and was, to my utter shock, in an award-winning TV show and embarking on the most fantastical life and career since. I could not have predicted that 3 years before. I couldn't have predicted it a year before. So the future isn't always bleak. And going back further, some of you may know this, but Sussex was my first choice when I was applying to universities. And I didn't get in. Apparently, my grades weren't good enough to get in. So I took my business elsewhere. That taught them. And I waited. And I waited until all those who had prevented me from getting in had either retired, had been deported, were in prison, or had just become plain dead. And I got back in as Chancellor. So, ha! My childish point is nah, but my slightly less childish point is that it's unpredictable. I could not have foreseen at the time that I felt the disappointment at not coming to Sussex that we would share this moment today. Could never have envisaged it. So when I look back on my 20s and even my teens, I no longer see a period of abject failure as I did then. I see now an unconscious gathering of experiences that have enabled me to make better informed decisions. I see an education in life matters and relationships that have highlighted continually the value of friendships and the people you surround yourself with. I now choose to surround myself with as many successful people as I can. And by successful, I don't mean money, because you can have money and then another day you may not have it. But to me, successful are those people who've worked out a way to express their compassion and their humanity, no matter what their personal circumstances are. Maya Angelou, the great American poet, once said, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. People will never forget the way you made them feel. And through that, I now realize that I wasn't the loser I thought I was then, or I wasn't the loser that other people told me I was back then. I was success in waiting. I just didn't know it. And by that, I hope for you, don't ever define yourself, who you are, by a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, even a bad year. I had a bad decade once, but I came out of it. Because I believe that we're always defined by what we do next. We are our next decision. And we're all creative. And so therefore, we can create a better self. Every day, every hour, minute, second, we can do that. As Einstein said, logic can take you from A to B. Your imagination can take you anywhere. So don't skimp on your dreams. Hang on to your creativity. There's a really lovely story that I like about a little girl who was drawing in class. And the teacher said, what are you drawing? And the little girl said, I'm drawing God. And the teacher said, well, that's very interesting, because nobody knows what God looks like. And the little girl said, they will in a minute. We have it. We have it. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes are fine. Just make sure that you make new mistakes every time. A person who keeps making the same mistake over and over again is an idiot. And be generous about other people's mistakes. Somebody might have the solution to a really vital problem that will change your world personally or change our world profoundly, and they may be wrong about everything else. So hear people out. Also, I've learned to have the courage of my convictions. And the courage of your convictions means having the courage to allow other people to test them, to pull them apart, so that you can know them better. And if someone puts forward, a better argument than your conviction, then modify your principle, adapt it. It won't be the defeat of your principle, it will be the evolution of it. And try to be solution-led. This is a story from a film, but I still like it. And it's about two mice that fell into a bowl of cream. And one mouse just thought, this is impossible, we can't get out of this, and gave up and drowned. And the other mouse splashed and thrashed and splashed around until all the cream had been churned into butter and stepped out of the bowl. Sometimes the solution is to struggle. The struggle is the solution. I'll leave you with a couple of quotes. Alexander Graham Bell once said, "When one door closes, another door opens. But we so often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the ones that open for us." So keep that in mind. Winston Churchill said, if you find yourself in hell, keep going, which is no bad thing. And finally, from Charles Schulz, who created the Peanuts cartoon, he said, "Stop worrying about the world ending today. It's already tomorrow in Australia." So, my friends, this is your day. I believe that we can only build a fabulous tomorrow on the foundations of a great today. And thank you humbly for the honor of allowing me to be part of your day. I wish you all happiness and good fortune. I officially declare this graduation closed.
Thank you.